Hey guys, James Rick here, and today is a very special day. I'm going to share with you a system that could quite literally change your life as it has mine. It's what I call the focus sheet, and it's going to show you how to get more out of your day than you ever thought possible and get time for those personal items that you've been putting off because you might say, well, I just don't have the time to do it, but you know you should be doing it. That means exercise, meditation, reading, journaling. All right, so the focus sheet is divided into four main categories. You've got your goals, your tasks, your schedule, and your time log. And I'm going to cover those in more detail in just a second. Now, at the end of your day, you're going to want to maximize how you reflect on it. Every day should be an opportunity to learn something new or upgrade how you're doing something. Don't let these opportunities pass you by. I use a simple framework I call a chain, and that is the changes you want to make, the highlights of your day or your week, what you accomplished in the day or week that you're proud of, the insights, the things that you learn, and the next steps that you're going to do to make those changes in your life, make the improvements, or move on to the next steps. I'm going to show you how all of these things work in just a second so that you can tie them all together and start incorporating it into your life, again, with nothing more than just a sheet of paper or a notepad. Here we go. Hey guys, we're about ready to get started on your focus sheet. If you're using a blank sheet of paper, you're going to want to fold it over half one time and then fold it over in half again, and you get 4 squares. Or if you just want to use a simple notepad on your computer, it's the same process. You're just going to be using different tools. So hang on to your seat. You're going to get more done than you ever thought possible with such simple tools because of what it does for your brain in clarifying. So here we go. You've got your focus sheet. I wanted to speed things up, so I've got it already drawn out here. You've got in the top left, you have your goals, and in the top right, you have your tasks. You have your schedule in the bottom left, and you have your time log in the bottom right. Now what you'll do in the top left is you'll write your top 3 goals. Again, keep it simple. Start with your top 3 goals. You have goal 1, and I'm just writing in goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, but I want you to think about personally for you what your top 3 goals are, and there's really a science to this. By rewriting your goals over and over and over again, you really start to ingrain it in your brain that these are your priorities. These are the things that you want to get done, and you will continue to focus on them until you get them done. So just creating a new focus sheet every day when your brain starts getting a little fuddled is already getting you on the path to clarity and getting results. So now the next thing you do is you'll write down 3 tasks associated for each goal. So for example, and again, I'm just going to write task 1, task 2, task 3. And I really want you to think about what the tasks would be for your top goal. And again, they're all linked to your top goal. So this is really a powerful way to prioritize your day instead of, and you can do this if you want, you can write down all the things that are on your brain that you have to do first, and then you can come back and backtrack and say, how does that relate to any of my goals? And chunk them. And by chunking, you'll get more simplicity. So you might actually add another goal here and say, well, it's not as important, but I have another goal here that I have to get done. And and I see where these things tie into what I'm really trying to get done, these other tasks, and that'll be maybe another goal 5. But again, I try to keep it very simple and very organized and say, what are the top 3 tasks associated for each of my top 3 goals? So then you could write another list of tasks here. Now, we're going to, again, make it very simple. You're going to write down the time limit for each task, or how long you think or estimate it should take if you focus on only that task alone. So I've got some examples here, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and all I'll do is take the task and move it down into my schedule. And I'll start with the top task. And if I was going to start on it today or right now, I'd say, well, it's 8:30. And I said the task is going to take me 20 minutes. So I'm going to go 8:30 to 8:50, and I've got task 1 in here. And then I just do the same thing with task number 2. I just take it, drop it in, and say from 8:50 until 9:20, I've got task 2. And so basically I can build out my whole day based on priorities, based on things that are actually going to knock out the tasks that are going to allow me to knock out the goals and really achieve some results, instead of just starting off my day with a to-do list, a crazy to-do list that I'm not sure how it relates to what I'm trying to achieve. And then, of course, you plan this beautiful day, very prioritized, and then what happens? Your day goes off track. And that's what the time log is for. Basically, you start off with, okay, you had your schedule over here, but then all of a sudden a phone call came in. And so from 8:30 to 9 o'clock, instead of actually working on your top task, you had to take care of a phone call. And you could also write like who the phone call was and that stuff, because this is going to be helpful later when we do our chain, and I'll talk about that in the next step. So then you're like, okay, and then I had the phone call, but then I was able to work on the task because I knew exactly what I needed to work on and how long it would take. And so I was actually able to complete task 1 here. But then Janeth came into the office from 10:30 to, or from 9:30 to 9:45, and she just kind of just came in there, and we had a meeting with Jan, and so on. And then you come back to, okay, well, then I knocked out task number 2 from 9:45 to 10:05. So basically, you're still knocking off your priorities. Sorry for my messy writing here too. I'm just speeding through this. But basically, you're still knocking off your priorities. This is what you've proactively planned versus what's coming into your day. And sometimes some people live their life for what comes into their day. Email, Skype, what happens in their day versus proactively planning the slots of time that are going to go into their day. And now I'm going to show you the next step, what to do once you get to see what your day actually shaped up like versus how you planned it. This is a focus sheet. It's a very simple way to get clear on your goals, knock them out in rapid time, and actually see how your day is going so that you can upgrade and improve your life on a day-to-day or a week-by-week basis. Okay, now that you've completed your focus sheet, it's time to go through a chain. This will be a useful framework for breaking down your day and revealing for yourself what you've accomplished, what you've learned, and what you want to improve. The chain represents changes, highlights, accomplishments, insights, and next steps. I'm going to break down what those things mean. Changes are the difference in your schedule, what you intended to do versus what actually happened in your day. Based on that, what do you want to change? What do you want to improve? Highlights are what were the most enjoyable moments of your day, both in your personal life and in your work life. By remembering and recalling these things, you'll appreciate your life more. You're going to realize that your happiness levels are going up. Plus, your brain will associate more pleasure with this activity, doing both the focus sheets and doing the chain breakdown in your journal at the end of the day. What accomplishments were you responsible for? What important results did you achieve? Insights. What did you learn? Every day should be an opportunity to learn something. Whether you read it in a book or in your personal life experience, what insights did you come away with in the day? And based on that, based on the changes you want to make, the things you accomplished, the insights you had, what are the next steps? What are the top actions that you're going to plan into tomorrow's focus sheet? What are the top goals? Are they the same? Do they change? Or what top tasks are now going to be going into those top goals? This is an example of what a chain might look like. You can just read through this briefly. Basically, a change could be you might want to start using a focus sheet at the start of every day because you realized if you do it in the middle or the end of the day, your life's not as productive. What are the highlights? What are the accomplishments, insights, and next steps? Simple example of what a chain might look like for you. And here's a focus sheet breakdown. Now, if you were using a sheet of paper and you have somebody that you're reporting to, or for yourself, for clarity's sakes, if your handwriting is as bad as mine, you'll want to break it down nice and organized at the end of your day. Now, listen up, entrepreneurs and executives, I have my team report to me their focus sheet on a daily basis. They'll break down in an email their goals and tasks, their schedule, their time log, and their chain. And I ask them to incorporate both their business stuff, and I also like to see personal stuff incorporated in there too, to show me that they are living a balanced life, that they are practicing full potential. So you can ask them to include that stuff if you want, but I've been amazed at how much more productive they are. And a lot of times in the beginning when they share their insights, they're like, man, this focus sheet is really organized and helped my life, not just my work, but my entire life. Thank you. So incorporate this into your life and let me know how it works. Be sure to include your comments below and like and subscribe to get more great videos like this. I'll see you guys tomorrow.